gonna show you my shelf. I mean, here it is. It's not the prettiest shelf ever. Also, if you hear Minecraft music in the background, I'm gonna play it after I edit this video because the new update is out. So yeah. Okay. Whoa. Before we continue, I had to put a little disclaimer out because I don't want people to think I'm bragging when I show my shelf. I'm really not. I just want to show you the collection I have and the groups I collect. Also, I just want to state that you do not need to buy every single version of every single album from your favorite group. You do not need to buy. You can only buy one version, and that is totally enough. You do not need every single version. I just like to spend money. No, I just the way I like supporting my favorite groups is to buy their albums. And buying all versions takes me a while to come to the conclusion of because of capitalism, and I don't want to be a part of capitalism, but I am, unfortunately. So when I decide to buy all versions, it's because I really, really love that group and I want to support them by buying all their versions. So yeah, you don't even need to buy albums to support your favorite group. You can just listen to their music and that is enough. Just please know you do not need to purchase albums or merch to support your artist. You can just listen to their music and that is fine. And trust me, you do not need every single version or even every single album they put out. It's your collection. You can buy whatever you want. And don't let others sway you into purchasing more than you want. Okay, I am a victim of that, I will admit. Because I will watch people collect groups I have no intentions of collecting at all. And I'll be like, ooh, I kind of want that now. And it's like, no, I don't. No, I don't. So yeah, just know you do not need to purchase the albums that I have either. Like, you do not need to collect any of the groups I collect. You can just collect whatever you want. And the biggest thing is I just hope you're happy of what you're collecting. That's all that matters, is you're happy collecting and you're not frustrated or stressed out. I do say in this video I'm stressed out about collections, but it is manageable, and if I'm stressed out about a collection, I will just give it some time and maybe come back to it, and if I don't, I will just leave it alone and not complete it, because I don't sell albums because it's expensive to ship stuff from Canada. And the last thing, I never spoke about my collection rules. So my collection rules is when I find a group I like, I wait 3 comebacks from the release that I found them before I actually start thinking about buying them. And I have to like all 3 releases, or at least the majority of those songs on those 3 releases. This just helps me from going into collections too quickly, and like for debut, like groups that just debut, there is no way that I know from that first album or mini or even single that they have that I will like their music. So I always wait until I like the majority of their music before I start collecting, because I collect albums for the music and not for the inclusions, although those are very much a plus. Like, I don't collect photo cards, so photo cards do matter to me. Like, I always will buy brand new just so I have the photo card, but I purchase albums for the music. Like I said, for all versions, I just purchase for the groups I absolutely love and want to give my money to. But I don't collect groups just because I find their albums pretty, or them pretty, or I would never collect a group just for their company. Oh my god, I have so much beef with so many companies. I think I say everything else in the video, so I will send it back to past Sam now. Okay, so my first shelf is just BTS and other knickknacks I have on here because they don't fit on my other shelves sections, because this is like my biggest section. So for BTS, I'm gonna collect all of their albums, and yeah, every version. Right now I do have one version of every single album that they have put out. Yeah, if you can see it, You Never Walk Alone is behind Shimmy there. It's not that I hate that album. I absolutely love that album. It's just, it doesn't fit on the shelf. Like, it doesn't look good if I put it in this way, or even put it on like sideways like this. It just doesn't work, so it's behind there. Unfortunate, but oh well. Then I have these little guys. I don't know where these came from actually, because I got them from Christmas, and it's a rule in our household that you don't ask where things come from if you get it as a present, because then you can't look up the price. And then I have that robot, I forget its name, but it's from day one. And then I have my army light stick, army bomb, and then J-Hope Funko Pop, BTS Funko Pops. I have all of them. That's J-Hope, that's Jin, and then that's V. Then I have my Red Velvet light stick, and then I have my TXT's First Memories here. This isn't K-pop. This is actually a Chinese drama called The Untamed. So I have the photo book, the music, which actually, the soundtrack, which actually came with a photo cards. So it kind of deserves to be up here. And then I have the seasons here. And then my second shelf is just TXT, CIX, and Day 6. So for TXT, all versions. The only version I'm missing for TXT is VR version for Blue Hour. And then for CIX, I'm missing Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, the Hello versions, I think. And then for Day 6, I'm missing quite a bit of their albums, unfortunately, because I want to buy all versions. Yeah, that annoys me, so I have to get all versions. So yeah, all versions for Day 6, all versions for TXT, all versions for CIX, and then Red Velvet is on this shelf, and other miscellaneous girl groups, or soloists too, girls. Just, this is the girls shelf basically. So I have Suga here and JK. For Red Velvet, all versions except for Day 1. I'm only probably just gonna have Yeti's version, or I might purchase Joy's, I'm not too sure, but for now I'm fine with Yeti's version and version only. And for Rookie, I actually have, oh sorry Sugar, oh I'm so sorry, chill, okay. I actually have Silky's version for Rookie. I want to get Yeti's version, but Silky's version is just perfectly fine. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. And then on the way, I do have Joy's solo, both versions. Not the limited version, because they didn't have it in stock anymore. I was like, okay, just please take it out of my cart. I do not need it. And then I am getting the case version for Wendy, and then the 2 case versions. I think it's top and middle note for Irene and Stigler's subunit. And then I am missing the ice cream cake version for their first mini. I might purchase that. I probably will, but it's kind of hard to find. So, and then for the finale festival, I'm just gonna only have one because I do not need the pink photo book because it's the same photo book. Okay, yeah, Red Velvet is all versions, by the way. I probably won't purchase, that's Dreamcatcher. I probably won't purchase the limited versions for Sappy and Cookie Jar, hashtag Cookie Jar, because they're kind of expensive to get, and I already have trouble finding other Red Velvet stuff. So yeah, and then you can't really see because it's dark, but I have 2 Dreamcatcher albums here. For Dreamcatcher, I'm just gonna purchase what I can because their albums are like super hard to get. I'm only getting 1 version too because I don't need all 3 versions. Like, there's no reason to have more than 3 versions. Yes, BTS, I am looking at you. Why do you have 4 versions for? But like, realistically, if I do get more than 1, it's only going to be 2 versions because I do not need 3 versions. That is just too many. And I say that because oh my god, yeah, TXT too. I'm looking directly at you too, you big head groups. God Damn it. Anyway, and then Yukika, which is still not how you pronounce her name. Both versions, if there's more than one. And then Chungha. I'm not too sure if I want to collect Chungha anymore. Not that I don't like Chungha. I love her. I love her music too. It's just, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of like her like debut stuff, I guess. So, Chungha deciding. And then Rocket Punch, definitely getting all versions, but like no more than 2, because I do not need more than 2. And then Hyosung, if she ever does come out with more music, 1 version and 1 version one version only. I'm so sorry. And then for Rolling Courts, I'll 1 version, 2 if there's more than 1, I'll probably purchase more than 1, because it's Rolling Courts and they deserve the support. And then, like I said in my unboxing, Secret, this is the only Secret album I will get from them, because it's my favorite album and I don't want to fully collect Secret. Okay, last shelf. This is like basically SM and JYP group. I have this is RM's Funko Pop, and then this is Jimin. Let's start over here. Okay, so I have On and Off on the shelf, SHINee, EXO, NCT, GOT7, and Twice, and Ace, and my one lonely Monsta X album, and my one lonely SHINee album. So for GOT7, I am planning on getting every single one of the albums, probably just 1 version though. Yeah, 1 version, but I've kind of given up on that collection because it's been hard to find their albums for a good price. So I only have Call My Name, Mad, Die, Spinning Top, 7 for 7, Present You and Me, and then Last Piece, the Mark version. Mark. And then for Twice, 1 version of the album and 1 version only. I have all their versions up for Fancy You, What Is Love, and Summer Nights. I did pre-order their new album that's coming out tomorrow, actually, when I'm filming this. And then for Baekhyun, I have 2 versions of Candy, 1 version of City Lights, and 1 version of Bambi. For Baekhyun, I would get 2 versions if there's more than 2 versions, but like only 2 versions only. I do not need. I'd rather spend my money elsewhere. That's what I'm trying to say. And then for Shen, for Shen, 1 version if I do purchase his albums, and 1 version only. I probably won't continue buying his albums because ballads aren't my favorite. Like, I did actually love these 2 albums, but I actually don't listen to them that frequently, so I probably won't continue purchasing his albums. And then for EXO, I only purchase the albums that I like, so that's, and mostly repackaged albums, because I do not need, I've decided I do not need every single album they have put out, so I only have repackages and this 1 winter special. I did not pull the Dio infamous Dio photo card. I pulled Min Seok photo card, which is actually so cute. And then my not K-pop, but 5 Seconds of Summer CD on here. And then SHINee. I am debating if I should get all versions and all SHINee albums. I haven't decided yet, because I don't fully stand them, but I do really like their music and I do love all the members, so it's undecided, because SM groups are so hard to collect if you don't stan them and pre-order their albums from when they first debut. So I don't want to cry, because I'm already stressed out about some collections, which is not good, but it's a manageable stress. Like, I'm not like really that worried, because it's all gonna get done eventually. It's fine. And then for not only one of, oh my god, no, on and off, one version and one version only, and I'm only collecting the albums that I like. So their debut album, I'm sorry, I'm not collecting that one. I'm not buying that one. And then Super M, one version only. That's, yep. And then this is the subunit for EXO with Chen, Baekhyun, and Xiumin. I am planning on getting their debut album, but like one version, if they do continue with this subunit, one version and one version only. And then NCT, I'm actually not collecting anymore. I wanted to, and then like I said, SM groups are so hard to collect if you don't stand them from debut and start collecting them from debut. So I've just decided not to collect them anymore. So I am probably just gonna keep We Are Superhuman and NCT. This is Neozone or Neoculture. Correct me if I'm wrong, but. And then this is Twice, and then yeah, that's Twice as well. And then Monsta X, I don't plan on or ever to plan on collect Monsta X. So this one Monsta X album is the only one I'm gonna have. I really like their English release album. English oh my god, I really like their full English album that they put out, so that's why I bought it. And yeah. And then Ace, I will be getting. I love Ace. Like, this is the only album I actually was able to purchase. All their old stuff, if I can find it, I will hopefully be able to purchase it, because I know this happens a lot. People will sell albums for a ridiculous price because they're out of print and they're just horrible. Like for Dreamcatcher, I found a Dreamcatcher album that was open, no photo card, and only just came with like the photo book and the CD, and it was $600. Why? That is so painful. So for Ace, if I can find their older albums, I will purchase them, and if they have more than one version, I will purchase all the versions. I think I got it covered. I don't know, editing Sam will put stuff in if I don't have it all covered. I have a lot of groups I'm thinking about collecting, but I kind of don't want to release that list because I don't want anyone to be hurt if I take them off that list. But like, I can't promise anything, so please don't get mad at me if I don't collect your favorite group, okay? I collect what I like. So yeah, that's my shelf. I know it's not the prettiest shelf. Like, some of these people have such gorgeous shelves, and mine's just it's a little ugly. But it's my shelf, and it's the space that I have, so I gotta do with what I have. But yeah, that's it. Photo cards. If anyone wants a flip through my binders of photo cards, that's my Jupiter, let me know and I will record a separate video for that, because this video will be too long if I put it in this video. And I don't collect photo cards, so I don't know if people actually care about my photo cards. So time to go play Minecraft.